Good evening, Cena streamers, and welcome to Moonfire Faire 2025 in Final Fantasy XIV. Unlike usually, I am not next to the quest giver, but instead next to a little surprise. So a regular staple activity for Moonfire Faire for many years has been a temporarily available jump puzzle, and this year is no different. Typically at the top of said jump puzzle, there's no unlock, there's no quest requirement, but there is a little surprise in the form of an independently stationed minion with a little text bubble. And this year we have a miniature Myrtlewib, and when you come up here and you see her, she does have a little text bubble for you saying something along the lines of, "Limlane's blessings be upon you." This jump puzzle this year is not as formidable as previous years. In fact, this other platform over here, I've been told, if you have Blue Mage and Self-Destruct, you can simply walk up to this through the stairs and the netting or the spiral staircase along the mast. You can explode over by this NPC here, which this is otherwise a diving board for the little roleplay human darts game here. And you can get raised from this distance. So if you're not extremely good at jumping yourself and you would like to come up here for the photo op and to see a little mirror of yourself, that's also an option. It is a beautiful event area this year, but this is not where the quest starts. So we'll go ahead and head to Limsa to do the thing proper. We're also going to look, there's some water slides, and there's little poses at the end. There are 6 total poses. I will not be showing you all of them in this video, but I have got them documented, because you can come over here and play on this without doing the quest, obviously. And there's also one other little attraction on that boat. It doesn't have options or variety like the slides do, but it is there, and we will try it later. All in all, this event is extremely fun. It's been a lovely hub of people just hanging out, talking. I was doing giveaways for this new head corsage that Naya's wearing. The champa is the new flower added in 7.3. And it's a very tropical, summery flower. It happens to match a past event glamour quite well, which is why she's wearing what she's wearing. She's doing the summer flame outfit here. But as with past events, we're over here near the Aftcastle in Limsa, and Moyaru has our quest for us. Dressed to Protect. If you haven't heard about this year's Moonfire Faire, Moyaru will steer you in the right direction. This quest is available for a limited time only. Ahoy, Naya! Wishing you could sail away from the summer heat? This year's Moonfire Faire has exactly what you need. Our festival is the valorously perspiring face of the Adventurers Guild, so I beg that you partake in our offerings. This year's star attraction is the Queen Lamin, a ship fully remodeled into the ultimate seaside resort. If you seek thrills and some much-needed chill, head to Costa del Sol and speak with Chief Chaperone Haermaga. And Haermaga is, as always, a recurring character for us as well. What else do you have to say, Mayaru? We would love for you to join us in Costa del Sol. You will join us, won't you? And we will indeed. And normally I would stop and speak with the fair crier, but I happen to know that we can get the exact same information from an NPC on location, so we'll be doing that instead. Otherwise, these folks out here are set dressing, wearing other previous event outfits in the form of the purple butterfly yukata, which is only available now through the cash shop. It is a beautiful piece, and there are at least 3 other colorways for it. There's a pink one, a red one, and a black one, I believe. Again, only available in the cash shop now because they were from past events. We'll go back down to the Fisherman's Guild. You can, of course, teleport, but I always like how connected Limsa is with their boats. Although I do think it's silly you have to go down to the Fisherman's Docks to go to Costa del Sol. Whereas the actual ferry docks do not go to Eastern Ladocia. And we're back! And look at that. Lit up in the daytime. It is a whole little adventure park. And it's so cool. They really, really outdid themselves with this whole area. In fact, before we talk to Haermaga, I'm gonna do a little walk around. Because there's so much here that is set dressing. There's so many environmental NPCs that are not necessarily recurring characters. They're just here to make it feel lived in, to show off a whole lot of the different glamour that we've had through past events, that are available through Island Sanctuary, that are available through crafting with the gardening flowers. There's some that are wearing actual face wear for a change. They're more rare to encounter than others, but there have been at least one I saw. Like, that's headwear. That's a past event sunglasses, sure. He's got the Tridalea earring and some of past event shorts with some Island Sanctuary shoes. It's just, there's such a great mixture of glamour options across all these people. He is not wearing headwear. This is facewear. Those glasses are facewear. I believe Naya has those. Let's see. We'll face the sun properly. Well, I guess a little high for a proper. Which ones are those? Not the bold-rimmed glasses. Are they the cat-eye ones? No. Tinted sunglasses. Those are the ones. So, this NPC is wearing facewear as opposed to regular equipment, which is very cool. We also have some folks over here enjoying their drinks. And these drinks are available through Island Sanctuary as well. They're a housing item you could purchase there, or get them from the loot boxes if you're still doing it. We've got more of past seasonal event glamours, more crafted flower accessories, more Island Sanctuary stuff, a player, more past seasonal event items. It's just, it's like a gallery of everything that 14 has to offer for summertime, and it's really, really lovely. Here's this giant parfait item, which I don't think this one is actually a past event item. I think this is a standard crafted one. Let me see. It's been a while. Yep, Wondrous Parfait. Tabletop item you can make. So that one exists whether it's summertime or not. We've got folks in the pool. There's a pair of twin Lalafells that I swear I've seen before, but I can't recall where from. One is got blue hair, and the other has pink, but they are pretty much identical. They're wearing different shoes. Their fingernails are painted different colors. But, come on, clip out of the... There we go. These ones are purple. We've got a cat girl. We've got a little trio over here that remind me, or sorry, a quartet that remind me of the songbirds, but they're not. We have a Lalafell, a Miqo'te, an Aura, and a Hyur. They also seem familiar to me, but I cannot remember where from. We've got some folks talking about doing the human darts game. Shall we try a smaller target?
Grr, I demand a rematch.
And, fun fact, if you go up here to that middle platform, there's a third member of that little NPC troop. And if you come get him to do his thing... Oh, there he goes! He jumps down. He joins the other two. The other two will not speak now, but this fella says nearly had it. And he'll just chill down here with them now. So there's a few environmental little stories like that, which is also right up my alley. I love that. And I mentioned something besides the water slides, and it's this, the cannon rides. And there's no animation variety on it, but you launch out and fall down. And that's it. Now you're out here. Are there any folks out? I think there's at least one pair. Yes. There's a Roegadyn couple over here. Which, one of them looks very close to Naya, which makes me just very, very chuffed. She's like a darker, more saturated version of Naya. She's out here with deep green-gray skin and purple. And Naya's out here with lighter gray-green skin and purple. They don't say anything, they just chill. But it's still fun. And we have these two over here, which is a Roegadyn woman and a Miqo'te. And they're, once again, showing off even more of the glamour. And the Miqo'te is also showing off some of the new dyes. Rocking an entire neon green outfit. So they went really hog wild on all of the just decorating here. The space, the amenities, there's so many things you can play on yourself, you can G-pose, you can track down pop-up text, and that's before you even really get the quest started, because once again, we left Haermaga downstairs. We did not talk to Haermaga yet. And that's alright. Are there any other people that aren't players here? I did leave nameplates on. Ah yes, there's this fella in this giant life raft. I wish we could lounge in these things like these NPCs can. Oh, the fellow went back upstairs to do another jump, so these two are back to their other dialogue. There's these pool balls that you can jump on, which is very silly. They glow at nighttime. Nighttime here is a whole separate experience. It's very nice. We've got different loungers, we've got the pool, we've got these floats. We have a chocobo, a bomb, and a Moogle float. And you can similarly jump on them, sit on them, pose on them, take pictures on them. It's great.
Ah, I could stay here forever.
Same girl, too bad it leaves in a few days. So that's a quick little overview of the whole area. There is two other NPCs. One I'm not going to actually go visit, this fella on the jump puzzle. He gives you a tip that this particular jump requires a running start, which you can get either by using sprint, having jog up, or if you're on a class that has peloton, peloton will serve you just fine as well. And after that jump, there's really only the final one that can benefit from a speed boost. Everything else is standard jumps the whole way up. And there's this Hyur woman up here. We'll go see her real quick because I kind of skirted past her to get to the guy who jumps. Who already jumped again, wow. He does have some dialogue up here if you manage to catch him before he actually makes his cannonball. And this lady, she doesn't say anything. She's just like scouting out, peeking down. Kind of looks like she's spying on the Miqo'te in the life raft. Not too sure about that, but She's up here getting very, very sunburned by herself, saying nothing. She's very pretty, and she's also wearing a past event swimsuit combined with, I think, the hempen camise as it displays on a Hyur woman. And is she properly barefoot? Hold on. She is properly barefoot, which players can't be. So that's fascinating. Maybe an option to come. Because yeah, if a player takes off their shoes, they've got these dorky beige sandals. Always. Including when you use Emperor's New, just the same thing. Alright. Before we go talk to Haermaga finally, we'll check in with Pobiano.
The Moonfire Faire is in full swing here on the Queen Lamin. If you're curious, ask Athelia to tell you more about this year's festival.
So Athelia over here serves the same purpose as the criers in the main cities.
Welcome aboard, friend. Have you any burning questions about the Moonfire Faire? It would be my honor to answer them.
So, what is the Moonfire Faire?
Several years ago, the Adventurers Guild formed the Cascadiers to combat an invasion of rampaging bombards. The Moonfire Faire was first held to attract new members to that cause. It proved so popular that it has been held annually ever since, whether the bombards appear or not. It helps spread word of the Guild's activities and generate interest among potential new recruits. In charge of the proceedings is the Grand Chaperone Haermaga. He has decided to have members of the Adventurers Guild demonstrate their courage and physical prowess to fairgoers through a series of challenges in Costa del Sol. Master Jijiruju has once again provided the space and funding for the event. It's sure to be the most spectacular Moonfire Faire held to date. Since you're here, why not join in the festivities?
And let's ask about the Queen Lamin, the ship/resort we're on.
The Queen Lamin is a resort specializing in diversions both watery and cool. Enjoy our luxurious swimming bath, race your comrades down the water chutes, or climb into the cannon rides, ideally before your midday repast. Rest assured, Lamin's Coastguard is standing by to ensure your safety and comfort during your stay. Furthermore, Lamin is the name of a performer famously known for her joyous singing and dancing. May your stay aboard our humble vessel bring you the same delight.
And we of course know who Lamin is if you've played through A Realm Reborn, because that is Flamin, Minfilia, or Minfilia's mom, our OG ARR Minfilia's mom. And then we do have a vendor. You can buy stuff from her before the quest is started. You can buy it throughout. She remains after, and the list does not change. And it's a bunch of firework adjacent confetti, which I tend to keep a lot of the bombard blooms on hand just because they're quite enjoyable. Storm Tracer, Flame Tracer, and Serpent Tracer are little handheld sparklers. Or wait, no they're not. Which ones are these? Heck it, we'll demonstrate. The sparklers are sparklers. And the pinwheels go on the floor. Alright, let's see. Confetti time! Storm Tracer. Alright, so those are some little red firework explosions. The Flame Tracer. The same button blue. And the Serpent Tracer. The same button yellow with a little green tinge at the end. Then the Luminance Sparkler should be the same general color idea. Yep, little sparkler wand in your hand for the duration of its effect in red for Limsa Luminsa. And then if we do the Gradonian one, it changes to a bright green. You can combine them with emotes for some cool and hilarious effects. And then the Old Dawn one is then a deep blue or indigo. Well, as deep as you can get for a firework or sparkler effect. Then the Bombard Blooms, these are the ones that I keep on hand because I like them the most.
They are the fireworks in all 3 colors, so they are a multicolor firework. And the pinwheel, the final confetti you can get here, are these little floor fireworks. They're quite cute and fun as well. So you can stock up on them here. They are available only through certain seasonal events. So if you want to have them on hand for personal use, for RP, for just character interactions with other players, whatever your reason, you'd have to stock up now. Either keep them in your pockets like my unhinged self, or put them with a retainer, and you're set. Now we finally get to go back to Haermaga. Oh, here's 2 people over by the slide. Let's go again. Again? God's help me. And you know what? I said I wasn't going to do the slide again, but let's do the slide again. If you want to get pictures, by the way, I advise you to not wear a skirt. It makes it very silly and hard to see the pose. There's a couple down here as well. I call these 2 the Mayaru couple because they're both wearing the Mayaru pieces on their bottom half for their outfits. And there's Haermaga. Hi, Haermaga. Sorry, I got so distracted. We had to go inspect the entire place. You understand, right?
Ah, Naya. Precisely who I was hoping to see. Moyaru sent you to help us, I expect. Well, don't be a stranger. Come up and I'll tell you all about our event.
Wonderful. And you can, of course, climb up these stairs on foot if you'd like. You can ride mounts to the outer extremities of the boat, which is very helpful. There are also the little water spouts if you're, for example, doing the slide or the cannon rides and you don't feel like mounting back up. But you can also land on a select few areas that jut out from the boat. And then once you get into the boat proper, you're struck with the hoofing it debuff and you're not allowed to use mounts. But it works out. If I recall correctly, these edges here next to the slides are also spots you can land on a mount. If you're fast about it, you can land right outside these decorative ornament trees on your mount before being struck with hoofing it. That's a little dicey if you've got any delay. That might not work for you, but... Okay, Haermaga.
Welcome aboard the Queen Lamin. First, an overview of her facilities.
And I love that each of these shots like shows all of the NPCs that I just went around and looked at, and they're here, they're part of the setting.
This venue was designed to incorporate Eorzea's premier summertime recreations. You name it, we have it. Water shoots, a deluxe swimming bath, a performance area, and, for the true thrill seekers, cannon rides. Master Jijiruju spared no expense for this year's fair, and its novelty has garnered swarms of visitors. But when you're out on the water, there's no telling when disaster might strike. Fortunately, we've hand-selected a team of elite swimmers for just such an eventuality. Lamin's Coastguard is standing by to help visitors in need. It is to this force that I would recruit you, provided you're willing.
Ah, consider this coast guarded, or any incentives I should know about? Naya would just be down. She's enthusiastic. 100%.
You will, of course, be compensated, and the stylish Ul'dan-made uniform will be yours to keep.
So fun fact, if you pick either option, the response is the same.
Your first task will be a simple patrol. Speak with our guests and ensure everyone is having a safe and enjoyable time here. Checking in with your colleagues is also standard protocol. Once you've made your rounds, report back to me.
No, it's raining.
Ah, but your uniform. Ask Pobiano and she'll find one in your size. Get dressed and start patrolling, guardswoman. I'm counting on you.
I was really hoping it was gonna stay sunny longer. Bummer.
You'll need to be properly dressed for your patrol. Pobiano will have a uniform in your size.
So this part does have a bit of dialogue that is unique based on your race. Thanks for joining the Coast Guard. Let's get you dressed for the job. Now, where did I put the Roegadyn-sized uniforms? Ah, here we are. Think your biceps will fit through these sleeves? Off you go then. These facilities won't patrol themselves. You must continue wearing your Coast Guard uniform in order to progress. You will change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garment changes area of effect. Speak with Pobiano to restore or prolong the transfiguration. So this is something that they've done in previous quests and dailies. Oh wow. I love the color variety on this default swatch, even though it's not really Naya's exact colors. It's very colorful and she looks fun in it. So yeah, Pobiano there, while looking for your uniform, she references your race, and she does have a distinct bit of dialogue to go along with it. I'm not going to cover all of them here, but I did go and look them up, and they're quite cute. I also ran it on a few alts, of course, and got whatever their racial response was. One or two of them surprised me, and one or two of them made me laugh. So we are in outfit, we are ready to go. Do you say anything else, Pobiano?
Allow me to adjust your uniform. Hold still.
And that just refreshes it for you, okay. Athelia does not have anything new to say. Oh, we can't even talk to her while we're guised up. Okay, we have to do the quest objectives. What about you?
Oh, well now you cut quite a dashing figure. Let me know if you spot any trouble on your patrol.
Okay. And so we have 4 points of conversation to have. In the rain! I'm so sad it raining. Why raining? Nighttime's gonna fall soon though. We got the lights kicking on. And we've got one other big change that'll happen once it ticks over to 6 p.m. So that's fun. Ah, we have an eager guest. And we have Haermaga and Refultia. Also, yeah, fun fact, the hoofing it debuff also applies to fashion accessories, since fashion accessories run off the mount system. So if you usually have auto umbrella, or you like to use wings or a backpack, sorry, those don't work on the Queen Limit.
Those uniforms sort of look like the yellow jackets of Limsa. Are they supposed to?
They are a fetching bright yellow color. Let's put our umbrella away. We've got an eager guest, a fellow sea wolf Roegadyn. Hello. Anxious as I am to see what's aboard the Queen Limit, I'd be a fool not to listen to the Coastguard's lecture. Safety first, as they say. And you have a friend with you, also wearing some fetching swimwear, one of which was an event reward from the most recent Mogtome event. So, Refultia, hello!
Say it for me one more time. If ever you're in danger or need assistance, seek the color...
yellow!
Right you are. Lamin's Coast Guard is working tirelessly to ensure the safety of all. May our yellow garb shine like a beacon for those in need. Wait, is that you, Naya? I didn't know you joined the Coast Guard. Oh, it's a dream to be working alongside a famed adventurer like you. As you can see, I'm teaching our guests how to spot us. Lucky you were all wearing this eye-catching shade of yellow. Hey. Hold on. You don't suppose the artisan who crafted our uniforms chose this color for that very purpose, do you? What an astonishing level of forethought. I better put as much effort into my lecture as the weaver put into this uniform. Every ounce of consideration sewn into this uniform will be passed on directly to our guests. I'll make sure of that.
Our fool's so silly. And Haermaga is, of course, very astute, very observant. Oh, does she say anything else? Is that an eager guest? Nope, same line there. Lovely, lovely. And then our next interaction is down there! We have Hildelana, a returning character across a few different events at this point. Frequently Moonfire, but she's also made appearances in Heaven's Turn, and possibly one other? Definitely Moonfire and Heaven's Turn, though. Hello, concerned guest.
Another guard, I take it. If you have a moment, I need to speak with you and your comrade here.
Yeah, what about? Hildelana, what's the man got concerns over?
Oh, fantastic. I was just hoping another guard would come along. There's a bit of trouble. It's hard to see from the surface, but this beam's starting to splinter. Thought I'd alert the Coastguard before someone gets hurt. I wanted to report the issue straight away, but I need to make sure that other guests do not approach the area. Could you consult Haermaga about this in my stead? We do well to send for repairs. Much obliged to the both of you. We're all in safe hands with you lot on patrol.
Oh, and he just swims right away. And you're gonna stand guard then? Don't forget to mention the splintering beam to Haermaga, alright? Alright. If we scoot out just a little further, we can mount up and go around the boat, because our other queries are on the other side. We have... Ooh, an Impassioned Guest. I love this guy.
This thrill, it speaks to me, and now I simply must speak to you. My great-grandmother, she originally hailed from the South Sea Isles, where our people catapult themselves into the treetops to dislodge coconuts. Is a cannon ride a catapult? I thought. Only one way to find out, and so I recklessly launched myself, rocketing through the air as my courageous ancestors once did. Yes, to honor their memory, I think I'll go another round.
So that is a reference there, the South Sea Isles, to some Aloalo and Dawntrail lore. So the South Sea Isles are the home of the Milala. And apparently, while it was a home of Arcanima, they also just catapulted themselves for coconuts. And we have our fourth and final interaction for this leg of the quest with Beaudefoin, another recurring character alongside Hildelana.
Join the Coastguard, have you? From this post I shall keep a watchful eye on our cannon riders. And in such comfort, here in the water this magnificent uniform is as a second skin. The artisan who stitched these is unmistakably a master of their craft. Were I to have the opportunity, I should very much like to thank them.
You don't say. Anything else?
Thank you, Master Artisan, wherever you may be.
Alright. That is the 4 interactions done, so we need to report back that we have a splintered beam that needs tending to. So yeah, if you land on the tree, you can land on the boat. Hee. Alright, Haermaga.
Welcome back, my friend. Anything to report?
A little bit of repairs under the water slides, but aside from that, everyone's having a good time.
The water chutes have a splintering support beam. I'll arrange for repair straight away. As for our other guests, I'm glad to hear that all is well.
It sounds like our uniforms are serving their purpose admirably. No doubt the weavers who made them would be glad to hear.
Help! My leg! Someone save me!
Did you hear that? Someone in need. Quick, take this spyglass and find them. In the rain? Perfect. We're back down. So, the music that's playing right now is actually from the Pulse album. And it plays during nighttime. We have Haermaga over here, also looking around. Hurry! Time is of the essence. You're right, you're right. Search your surroundings for the distressed guest. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target and click. So I do know where we're supposed to look, but we're gonna look elsewhere first. So over there is that duo, the Femroe and the Miqo'te, that we saw earlier. We're not allowed to check them out, apparently. Oh! Gazing guests. What are you doing? This guest is merely enjoying the sights. Your aid is not likely to be required. Okay. I didn't remember them being over there. Huh. Then we also have... the Roegadyn couple, reclining guests. These guests look to be at peace on the water. Perhaps assistance is needed elsewhere. Right, right. Can we check out the... Why can we look so high up? There's some secret up here? No? No? Alright. Well then. Oh! Right next to the shark, a distressed guest. We found her. A lone guest floats face down in the water. She needs help. Over there. Leave it to me. Phew. Who knew this thin fabric could feel so heavy in the water? Should have thought to wear a uniform myself. Yeah.
I can't thank you enough. My leg seized up and the current began pulling me out to sea.
You should come and rest a while on deck. We have a healer aboard who can take a look at you. I confess, I'd hoped to introduce the two of you in a more dignified fashion, but oh well. Oh, why's that?
How embarrassing.
Any road, let's return to the Queen Lamin. I'll explain everything there. Once again wearing a mixture of past event items and some Island Sanctuary glam. And again, you can take the water spout up. Ah, okay, we'll take the water spout up. I failed.
Whee!
I said wee. Thank you. You get ejected off of your mount halfway through. It's very fun. Alright, rescued guest. No longer in her cute little outfit that she wore for half of a quest.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm feeling much better now that I've caught my breath.
But she is looking quite dashing in some Weaver-specific job gear, if I'm not mistaken. Something from scripts, most like. I don't tend to pick those up myself because the game devs do not consider the fact that there are that many jobs in the game, all with job-specific gear, and there is not places to put it all. So, I only go for things that are role-specific when it comes to crafters and gatherers, sadly.
Anyway. Okay, Haermaga. What's next?
Good news. According to the healer, no lasting harm was done, and we have your sharp eye to thank for it. Now then, it's time the two of you are properly acquainted. This woman is none other than... Haermaga!
No.
We just got word of the rescue. Is the poor soul alright? Ah, you three. All is well, all is well. Allow me introduce Tizanza, the Uldan weaver responsible for the peerless uniforms you're all wearing.
Ah. An honor to make your acquaintance. I was anxious to see if my pieces were functioning as intended, so I decided to participate in the festivities as a guest. I'm afraid my exhaustion from work caught up to me at a critical moment. I can only apologize for the trouble I've caused.
No trouble at all. Your successful rescue is but proof that your clever design functions precisely as you intended. Is that not so?
Huh. That's true. Even at a considerable distance, my eyes were naturally drawn to that vivid yellow. I am glad to know that my design does what little it can to help keep people safe.
You're too humble by half. These uniforms gave us the confidence to do our jobs, both in and out of the water.
Truly. You're too kind. Now I can return to my atelier with an easy heart.
Even so soon? Surely you're going to break from your work. Come, stay a while.
Okay.
And speaking of earning things, that uniform is now yours, Naya. May you wear it with pride.
Alright.
Oh, how very generous, Haermaga. You fully intend to prevail upon Hrothgar for the remainder of the festival, don't you? No, Well, break time's over. Back to work, the lot of you.
Fully intend to prevail upon her for the duration of the festival.
As for you, Naya, feel free to enjoy the fair to your heart's content. But as always, safety first.
And it is still rating. My goodness. But there is the quest done and the rewards obtained. We get the Maritime Glamour set, which is like a Coastguard / diving outfit with some very, very fashionable glasses. And that's the Uniformly Guarded achievement. So let's take a look at these. I do have Naya already in her summertime glam, but here we have the outfit proper, and it has double dye channels, so many things can happen here. And the glasses can be worn on the head, which is just delightful. I love when they don't forget the visor option exists. It's great. So let's see. What do I have handy? I could make them blue and white. I sure could. I could flip them. I didn't actually think about what colors would look best on this for her. And I don't have a ton of options with me either. At least not ones that I'm willing to use. I do keep all of those in my pockets, but I mostly just have the the turquoise and the pink. And let's see. Gunmetal and the brass. But let's see. So some of the default colors in the gear
are quite nice to begin with. Like the wetsuit black is a nice solid deep black. The lenses in the glasses have like a really cool 3-tone color going on that when you dye them, it does kind of wash it out. It does still have a rainbow iridescence if you catch the light just right, but for general appearances, it's a flat color. So that one is a nice default color. And the shirt, this is probably my only real complaint about this. When you dye the shirt, this 2-tone color gradient on the little accents just gets absolutely atomized. Gone. Just dip dye. Very, very, very slight hint that there was a second color with a teeny tiny itty bitty darker shade toward the edges. And that's only on darker colors. It's very, very difficult to see at all. And that's just a bummer to me, because that's such a cool detail on the default color swatch, is how all these little like plastic edge bits have multicolor. The little bombard outline is the pink, and then it fades to this nice pretty seafoam teal. And if you decide that you don't want the neon yellow jacket, well, it nukes all of that little detailing. It's gone. And then for the pants, a similar thing happens where the default color swatch for the little side of leg detail has 3 colors by default. The nice rich magenta, a white, and then a bit of teal. And if you decide that you want to dye that, then, well, it's just monochromatic, baby. It does keep the white stripe in the middle, and it is a 2-tone effect with the color at least, so that's a point in its favor compared to the detailing on the shirt. But still a little bit of a bummer that it's just a flat color as opposed to, I don't know, preserving a little teal or pink. I always like when a tiny bit of the initial design identity sticks around. As long as it's not red, because everything ends up red. But like this teal, this bright blue, that'd be fun. And of course the main dye channel is the pants themselves. And then the last item is the shoes. And these dye pretty simply. They're effective. They're a nice little like Velcro sandal. And their colors by default have the sole as the bright neon yellow and the fabric black, which is very funny to me. Anytime there's a colored sole, I'm just the pragmatist in me is like, that's gonna get filthy so fast. So the main channel is the Velcro and fabric, and then the second channel controls the color of the sole. And that's that. That's simple. And it does have a cute little logo on it, which is very hard to read in the preview window. You probably have to do some cheapo shenanigans to get a proper look at that to see if it says something, and if it does, it probably says Coastguard, which might also be the case for the side. I haven't actually inspected it that closely to tell. But yeah, it's a very fun Glamour set. All the pieces have lots of different utility. Like, those are just general purpose, really nice sandals. The glasses are spectacular. I've seen a lot of people combine these shorts with all kinds of different fits. And the shirt is probably the most, you know, it has the strongest sense of identity. It's got a wetsuit and a hoodie. So that one might be a little harder to flex around with, but it's a fantastic bathing option for a character that doesn't like to go out in like bikini tops or bare chested. It's a very nice modesty option or practical It's a great variety added to what exists already for summertime wear. And now that the quest is done, and I've had my little spiel about the rewards, there are new NPCs out and about for me to talk to. But first, hi Haermaga. The Queen of Min takes her name from the songstress of Ulda, whose ballads once captivated the whole of Eorzea. We mustn't allow our safety standards to slip, lest we tarnish her honor along with our own. So true, bestie.
The moment I laid eyes on our uniforms, I knew they were designed by a true professional. Fabric suited to the garment's purpose, seams as straight as arrows, with nary a thread out of place. Every ilm bespeaks a deep respect for those who guard against danger. That said, someone really needs to pull poor Tizanza out of that all-work no-play mindset. Maybe she'll loosen up if I offer to show her around.
And then Athelia and the vendor still have the same things to say. There's no difference in these menus. The same offerings, no new items. And now we get to go and see the people. So sure enough, right out the gate we have Hildelana and Tizanza sat on some loungers here. And they are in their off-duty outfits. Hildelana is wearing her bathing suit and Namasu mask. I'm glad to be out of that freezing seawater. Now to sit back and relax. For God's sakes, is that Beaudefoin lining up for the cannon ride? Ugh, I'm going to need a stiff drink. Is he lining up for the cannon ride? Oh, he is over there!
So much of my life was spent cooped up in a workshop. When it comes to recreation, I fear I'm woefully out of my depth. I considered the cannon ride, but Haermaga seemed to think it was too soon for me to go swimming again. I suppose he's right. Yes, I think I'll be satisfied simply bearing witness to the merriment. The memory of this day shall energize me during even the most complex commissions.
So she's a new character and she's very darling. And she's just gonna chill and relax poolside, apparently. Alright, Beaudefoin, what are you up to? With my shift thus concluded, I intend to swim, dance, and frolic to my heart's content, starting with the cannon ride. It was torture, I tell you, being forced to stand there and watch everyone else have the time of their lives. Now they shall watch as I soar like a bird. Alright, you go right ahead then, buddy. So he's also wearing his swimwear uniform, which is... which one is that? Summer... Not Flame. They all have Summer in the name, so they get mixed up in my head. It's the same that Hildelana is wearing, because I think they joined the Moonfire Faire at the same time. Which is also why he's got a Moogle mask, because the Moogle mask and the Namasu mask also came out at the same time, so they got dressed similarly. And then we have this fella. I hope my ancestors are watching! And this is the Lalafell that we spoke with during the quest, whose grandmother is from the South Sea Isles. So he's just enjoying his cannon ride. We've got those 4 girlies that I think look incredibly familiar and cannot place. None of them have anything to say, they're just chilling. We've got the same 2 fellas over by the darts. And the other guy up at the top is still there. Now, this bit's fun. These three only show up if you've completed Endwalker. And, depending on the time of day when you load in, they will be in at least 2 different places. So here's the nighttime one. At nighttime they are in the pool. And this is, of course, Emmanellain, Sicard, and Anawa. Emmanellain is face down in the water.
Oh dear, that belly flop looked painful. Not much of a contest, was it?
So they're here having a spot of a contest, apparently, and Emmanellain defeated himself with a belly flop. Now the other place that you can run into those 3 is by the water slides during the daytime. They'll be standing over here, setting up, discussing another ride down the slides. But for now, it's nighttime, they're swimming. Emmanellain might be drowning, but this isn't about him. We have the same fella in the raft, still nothing to say. We've got the 2 Roegadyn from the quest, now comfortably lounging side by side, poolside. They do a cute little wiggle. I wonder if we'll get that animation because a few of the NPCs are doing that. It would be nice. I don't know how they'd code it though, but it's really cute. Over here, we have a fisherman and a shark, who are also recurring from a past event. Sharks and pools don't mix, my friend. So clearly the little guy wants to go swimming, but the fisherman is advising him not to, for fear of sparking panic. We have another NPC over here. Here she is, and she just does a 3-point loop. She doesn't say anything. We have a Femroe Coastguard. She stands by the slides. She comes up here, and then she walks around the other way. Doing lookout up there. Fantastic. Alright, our next NPCs that we're going to see here are some mammoths from Island Sanctuary. If you haven't done Island Sanctuary, they will not be here, but we have 2 of them. Relaxation to the max, and I hope this will be sufficiently inspiring. So they're here, they're cute. On vacation, apparently. And then over here we have the same NPCs as before, showing off the space and glamour options. And on stage, if you've done enough MSQ and potentially Allied Society quests as well, you get Lopperits performing the Lop Hop on stage. Next, this one's very easy to miss. There is a Sand Fox Auspice chilling on the Moogle float. Yes, this is in fact an auspice. It is not somebody's minion just like glitching here. That this is intentional. If you go into G pose and you toggle NPCs, I will demonstrate here for you. Dang it! They added this new this new settings window, and I keep getting confused. So yeah, if you toggle NPCs, he vanishes. So he is definitely not somebody's glitched minion. And you get him if you've completed the 4 Lords quest, I believe. Sadly, he doesn't have anything to say. He's simply there. But he's there nonetheless. And nearby are the Idleshire girls, or Idleshire cat girls. I suppose if you've done Wondrous Tales and Unreal, they do share a table, Chloe and the foe commander. So perhaps he's just tagging along because Chloe's here. And the girls here are discussing like which rides they want to go on, and Chloe is trying to organize it, so hold on, don't run off. We'll do things in order. And they're all wearing their own summer wear. Chloe, of course, is rocking the Sandfox necklace and several other pieces of Island Sanctuary and past event gear. Does she have a special earring, or is it just a necklace? I think it's just a necklace. It's hard to see from my Roegadyn perspective, but that's a reward from Faux Hollows and or Chloe's certificates. Or Chloe's certificates. Chloe is the little one. Chloe. Okay, anyway. And Takebi is here as well. She typically accompanies Chloe and Chloe on these little event appearances. And the kiddos are both wearing unique necklaces as well. Chloe has the Mandragora necklace, and Takebi, if I remember right, is wearing a past event one, which has been scaled down to fit her tiny child neck, so it's kind of squished. It's a bit funny. It's a Valentione event reward from many years back. And the rest of their outfit is from Island Sanctuary on the top. The pants I'm not sure about. Those might be something Naya can't wear as a female Roegadyn, because I don't recall seeing them, but
She's got the guac sandals, and which ones are Chloe wearing? Those might be another pair from Island Sanctuary. Regardless, they have worn these outfits before, and they're very cute. And it shocks me that Chloe here is kinda summer gothed out. She's wearing gray and black. She doesn't strike me as that kind of girly, but there she is. Next up we have Alpha and Omega. Those are from doing the Stormblood raid series, Omega. They chill, they don't say anything, but they will stare at you as you move around, and Alpha will wave at you as usual. And up here, we have the same two as before, with the addition of some pirates. I challenge ye to a contest of courage. Not interested. So this is Rhoswen and Carvallain, continuing their seasonal event dramedy, wherein Rhoswen is interested in Carvallain. Carvallain does not seem to reciprocate those feelings. And well, we get these little silly moments. And I'm not sure exactly what requirement there is for them to show up in events. It could be some Realm Reborn thing, it could be something through Stormblood, or it could even be Endwalker, like Emmanellain and Sicard and Honoroit. But there they are. Now, is that everything on the boat? I think I've got everything on the boat. We did show off the top of the jump puzzle at the beginning with the mini Marrow bib. There's no bonus after the quest is done. It's the same. Alright, let's go check in the water. One more cannon ride for good measure. Alright. Ooh, we do have a few changes. Okay, so here's this trio of people from the quest. They were over on the shore over there, just kind of sightseeing. Now they're out here swimming. They don't have anything to say, but they're here. We have a new shift of coast guards out and about. We have a little Lalafell up here, keeping watch over the area. Once again, she doesn't say anything, but she's here. And then I believe these two pairs are the same as before. They also don't have anything to say, but they're still out and about. The Roegadyn couple and the gal pals, one in neon green. Still here, still nothing to say. I will take a quick moment to come over here where the event is typically hosted, and it's just eerily empty, which, you know, it makes sense. This has a bench now. You could sit here instead of it being the NPC hub, which is nice. But there's nothing special going on over here. These folks are here all the time, year round, just as part of Costa del Sol's NPC population. And all the festivity was moved over to the big boat, the Queen Lamin. Let's check one last spot, the front of the boat. Is there anyone new in the water? Ah! We have the adventurer and his little sister in the water. My sister's been following me like a shadow all day long. Someone's got to make sure you get your work done, she said. Can you believe it? Admittedly, my adventuring duties have kept me rather busy of late. Now that my shift is over, I see no reason not to spend some proper time with her. They're so cute.
I've heard full speech so many times, I can recite it all by myself. Does that mean I can join the guard too?
Not quite, kiddo, but you've got the spirit. And we have the Morrow couple still chillin', still with nothing to say. And I believe that is the final bit of environmental detail for Moonfire Faire 2025. I can point out one more silly thing. And it is a silly thing. So around the front of the ship, there's this cutout platform. And you'd think you'd be able to land on it, maybe. But you can't. You can't fly up to it. Oh! Oh my gosh. Okay, the last time I tried to do that, it forcibly dismounted me. You can fly up to it, apparently. Hey! Alright, cool. I'm not gonna complain now. So yeah, you can land here. This is a lovely little spot for gathering G-pods. It's a little quieter than the main deck. How about that? Alright. Lovely. And it is just in time for night to end and the sun to come up over eastern Lenosha. And isn't that just perfect? Is there no one else? I feel like I'm missing someone. But we went the whole way around. We did. Is there someone new in the pool? Oh, I could load in now that it's daytime. I could reload to see about getting the boys to be over by the slides. I could also see about getting that one human darts guy to get his speech bubble before he jumps. No, he already jumped again! Dang it! He's so fast today! Wild. Alright. I am in fact going to load out, load in to see if we can get Emmanellain, Sicard, and Honoroit by the slides.
Yahoo! Whee!
And yes, as I mentioned at the beginning, there are 6 different poses your character can take coming down those slides. They are not dependent on the slide that you go down. They are fully random. And if you want to see all 6, it can take a while before you'll get the final one. Alright, take me away real quick. I'm throwing gil frivolously at the local economy. Because we want to get the Ishgard boys by the slides. Did it work? Yes, I think it did. No, it didn't! Oh, they're still in the pool. Dang it! Anyway, yeah, they can show up over here. I promise, it's real. They have 2 spots to show up. Well, maybe I can get the guy before he jumps now. He reset at least. Here goes nothing. Uh-huh. He just does the most baby jump in the world. Incredible. So yeah, this is if you're unfamiliar, these little circles in the pool are a game called Human Darts, wherein you come up and you jump off and your goal is to land in them. So the hardest is typically the smallest, and it's the furthest away because it's got the greatest distance to cover and the smallest target, so it's harder to hit. But if you do a little sprint action and you can land, well, almost in it.
But yeah, you can play a game. It's here for us, the players, to do with as we like. I can't believe you guys didn't go back to the slides, though. I'm so upset. Maybe it's more weather dependent than time of day. Regardless, this place was absolutely incredible this time. This whole space was wonderful and amazing. The quest was simple and straightforward. The rewards are lovely. I know a lot of people will get some good use out of many of these pieces. My one alt, Goldster, now has actual in-character swimwear because she's not feminine. She's quite butch, and this suits her. And it looks great on Naya too, but Naya has no problem with bikinis, so she gets to be very floral. And that's it. That's Moonfire 2025. That's the event rewards, that's the vendor, that's the space, those are the NPCs. Even though these ones did not want to cooperate and show us their second appearance. Which, to be fair, is not a common occurrence. Typically, event spaces with NPCs that populate after the quest is done, they are in static locations, like all the rest of them. This is the first time I've seen where a post-quest NPC can, in fact, have multiple little locations, I suppose, and scenes. Which is cool. But also, why didn't you move, boys? Why didn't you move? That said, good evening, Cena streamers. Till next time. Don't forget to get this done yourself, by the way. This is only around for a few more days, and right after this ends, we get the Rising.